Hey YouTube, Oliver here from Team Frozen Card Gaming, and somehow this weekend I managed to come fourth with ABC. I went 8-2 in Swiss, I lost to Flunder round 3 and Swordsoul round 8, made it all the way to the top 4 and then just got destroyed by the eventual winner. We then done an unofficial third place playoff. Unfortunately, game 3 I drew the driver. My hand was driver 2B. Union driver, by the way, not Cypher driver. Yeah, so driver, Union hanger, this Coliseum and 2B. So if it weren't for the driver, I could have gone off, but it happens. And fourth is pretty good anyway. I'm happy with that. So yeah, anyways, onto the deck. So for the pieces, we play 2A, 3B, and 2C. I think this is the right ratio. I like the. I know some people only play 2B, but I like the third because extra searcher and makes unauthorized slightly more live and defensively as well. Seeing that like very few lists cutting this to 1, that's completely wrong. I would support playing 3 before I would support playing 1. And then play the one driver. But it sucks if you draw it, obviously. Well, if you have unauthorized, then it ain't as bad. Like Junior Hanger, you can equip from hand with unauthorized, but you wouldn't bump it to 2 because you're just asking to break more. But not always the end of the world when you draw this. But if you go second and your opponent has a tactician monster with more than 15 attack, and you draw this and hang on, you can just search B, equip C, then crash and summon this, and then you can equip it to B, and then equip A from deck, and that's still your Link 2 and Buster. So yeah. Then we play Therions, play 2 King Regulus. Oh, thank God for this card coming out, it just makes the deck really good. It's a Monster Reborn, a Beta, and an Omni Negate in one card. Well, the only downside to it is it doesn't negate activations, and it doesn't destroy, but it's still pretty good for especially an ABC. So yeah, I 100% would be playing the Therion package. And then I don't play Brave, but instead we play Galaxy Soldiers. So the reason I don't play Brave, I did test it, but it just made the space really tight, and it was hard to fit everything in. And also it made side decking a lot harder. And I just feel like that was just going to lose you more games than it will win you. So I decided to not play it. While this gives you a lot more room and it's decent. Wouldn't say it's been amazing, but it's definitely been good, and I am glad I've played it. Also, if you open this Regulus and piece, that's still 2 negates. Not the most optimal play, but it's still pretty decent with both 3 openings. And obviously, after seeing these, some of you may think I should be bumping this to 3, but because of as an extra light to discard. But we main deck the Gamma package, so that's that's more lights to discard. This card has been really good because there are a lot of cards, a lot of spells to play before you summon a monster, so you can easily bait out the Ash and roll. And so it can work going first. Yeah. Then 3 Ash, the most generic hand trap. I don't think we need to explain more on there. So, yeah. Monsters. For the spells, play 1 Call by one Terraforming and one Set Rotation, pretty standard. And then we play 3 Prosperity for extra consistency. Definitely should play this card in this deck. If you want to play Desires, and then you've got to bump all pieces to 3, which obviously ain't ideal because that's more breaks, but you have to if you play Desires. A lot of the time, I'd say like 70%, 75% of the time, I manage 3 with this card. And then I think about twice I managed to summon Gamma when playing this, which is pretty amazing. Then free droplet, good for going first, and helps you break boards. And if you activate like one of these spells, then it's like discarding one card and negating an extra monster. This card has been so good this weekend. And then the hardest of the deck is the free hanger. Then we play 3 Colosseum. I know some people choose to play 3 King 2 Field, but I like how this can get your Regulus back. So I decided to play ratio 3 Field 2 Regulus. And then Union Hanger 2.0. Obviously, if you don't have open hanger and you open a beast, this is the next thing you want to open. And obviously, it can be used as a defensive card as well to make any of your machines unaffected by spells, traps, or monster effects if you still have those pieces left. Oh yeah, another thing with the Brave version, like I could only play 2 of this, but it's a free of. Like you need as much consistency as you want, and that's the good thing of the Galaxy version because it's a lot more consistent. As I said, you can fit a lot more in, and it's more easy to side with. Like when you go second, you can side one out, but if you go first, never. So yeah, that's it for the spells. Now onto the traps. 3 Emperor. So the good thing about my build is it can usually play going second as well because these work going first or second and Gamma and so it wasn't an issue a lot of the time going second. Then we go on to the extra deck. Got the 3 main guy, 3 Buster. I guess you can go to 2, but I did not feel comfortable doing that. And then we play Galaxy Soldiers, Nova Infinity, and then Omega because of Gamma, obviously. I think I summed it 4 times this weekend. And then play 1 of each Nightmare, 1 Goddess. Oh yeah, in top 4, the pressure got to me, and game 2, my opponent went Dark Ruler no more. I chained unauthorized on Cyber Dragon Infinity, which means because I managed to play a spell after Dark Ruler, it means I can start using monster effects. All I did was diffuse A, but what I should have done was chaining 3 IP, chaining 4. I said A, I mean ABC Dragon Buster. So what I should have done is chaining 3 IP, chaining 4 Buster to tag out, and then go into this. I don't think it would have made much of a difference, but it would have given me more of a chance. Then we play the 1 Access, 1 Goddess, and then we play Lambda. So in testing, I wasn't really summoning Clara and Ruchka, so then I was like, I main deck Gamma, so I played this, but during the tournament, I did miss, like, this was good, it did actually work out quite well, but at the same time, I did wish I had Clara. For instance, round 3, Flunder, we both bricked. I opened C and B, so I could have just gone C, attack, then main phase 2, Clara, summon B, then possibly go into a link 2. Yeah, I could have gone into a Phoenix to pop one of his back rows, and then search A, and then next turn I could have gone. Well, he did top deck Shifter, but I could have gone Buster the turn after. So that I guess that match could have gone either way, but yeah. So that's probably the worst instance of not having Clara. Like there have been other games where I wished I had it, but none of them have. There hasn't been a match where not having Clara costed me, apart from that one. And then we played the IP, Platinum Gadget, and one lineup. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck. Side deck. We play Triple Nibiru. So obviously pretty standard. Yeah, round 9 against Heroes. I win game 1, and game 2 I brick hard by open 2 Nibiru. He drew okay. He drew the 1 increase, which obviously had an impact. And then because I had 2 Nibiru, and then I did end up top decking set rotation and just won from there. So if I went for 2 Nibiru, I would have lost that match. No, I would have lost that game, then it would have gone to game 3. And then we play 2D Crow. I think it's a very generic one. The side deck was a little tight, so I could only fit in 2, but I think that's fine because like stuff like Despia, like there's no dead cards in my deck for that. So obviously that was the main deck for it. Obviously you have decks. There was ABC, which I didn't know. I faced one Brave ABC, but I went first and I didn't see the pieces because so I didn't know against that. So I didn't. So obviously this didn't go in. Then I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, in top 8 I've used it to bait out snow, which definitely helped a lot. So yeah, it's been pretty good. We play 5 back row removal cards, 1 duster, 2 twin twisters, and 2 cosmic cyclones. I somehow didn't face a single Eldritch. I did face 3 Flunder though, but throughout, yeah, as I said, I didn't face any Eldritch, but I did pretty much face everything else. This was mainly for that, but I really like this ratio. I'm not playing Lightning Storm because anti-spell is kind of popular, and obviously that won't out it. Like even against Swordsoul, I'll side this in 2 twin twisters because it outs anti-spell and another back row, which is usually blackout. And obviously, what deck? Oh yeah, Flunder's obviously the one deck this weekend that I can remember where I sided all 5 in, and it's worked pretty well. And then we play 2-dimensional barrier. We can get away playing 2 because we play 3 judgment. I only resolved this twice because, well, I only drew it twice actually. And that was against Flunder round 4 near Bobino, and 32, where I lost game 1, then game 2 I drew these 2, and drew an amazing hand. That game I drew these 2 in hanger. My opponent, I went barrier when he had a monster and a token. He had went red reboot, and I went judgment, and he scoots from there. Those 2 instances, this card has definitely been really good. I decided to not play anti-spell, and thankfully I didn't, because if you open anti-spell and you don't open a good hand, like you're probably just gonna lose if you play anti-spell, because usually the top spell that's the good deck, and I main deck 18 spells, so anti-spell would hurt, and I decided to go with it. So yeah, can't remember if I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but the all the matchups will be put in the description. Trying to think what else. All matchups will be put in the description. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.